Hey everybody, what's up? Big Jason. So as you know, my best friend Scott Mongo Haines recently passed away. I've been continuing his legacy the best way I know how at the request of his family, going through his things, cleaning out his apartment, found some amazing home run ads that no one's ever seen before. And I've been doing ad breakdowns with top copywriters like Tony Flores. What's up, Tony?
How's it going?
Good, man. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, I've
It's
been
hard
all
to get a
over.
hold of you, man.
Yeah, my life's been crazy, but hopefully stabilizing soon.
Yeah. So the letter we're going to be breaking down, it's pretty awesome. It's for Jay Abraham, and Scott wrote quite a few things for Jay. And what's awesome, just right off the top of this letter, it's got over 170 bullets. There's so many bullets, he had to actually include a lot of them on a separate insert. That's insane how many bullets Scott wrote.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And it's a good fit because Jay was actually like my introduction into direct marketing and copy. So
And didn't you
makes
study?
sense.
Did you study under Clayton Makepeace too?
I did. Yeah, Clayton was a little bit later. So I started with Jay. I mean, really somebody handed me Jay's book when I wasn't didn't know anything about direct marketing. But that I took a course with Jay, Rich Schefren, Stephen Pierce. That's what I heard about copy. Then I started reading and I got into like Halbert, Carlton, and then from there, yeah, then I started working with Clayton Makepeace after that.
Awesome. So I know you weren't too familiar with Scott, but you first heard about him through Gary Halbert in the Gary Halbert letter, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was always this mysterious guy. I was like, who's this Mongo dude? That I was like, Gary always had a way of making everybody sound crazy, awesome,
Mm-hmm.
but like you have no clue what to expect. I mean, he could have been like a swamp thing or something for all I
Right.
knew. But yeah, so it was cool. But one of the things I think I was telling you is that I really didn't know Scott from the copy world. You introduced me and we had dinner and we kind of hung out.
That's
And
right.
I really got to know Scott as a person and just how down to earth and like warm and cool. And yeah, we had like an awesome dinner night, hung out, talked like all that
That
stuff,
was in Vegas, right?
Yep, in Vegas, yeah. And he's had his own crazy experiences with women and so we kind of bonded on that
Right.
level. Um, and yeah,
Yeah.
so that was cool.
That was the picture with you had the demon eyes.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I've since exercised my any demonic
That's good.
possessions.
That's good to
So
hear. All right, cool,
yeah,
cool, man. So, lastly, like I said, I found all these home run ads that not even his good buddies like Sammy and Caleb have seen, and I talked to his longest running client who's still running three controls that Scott wrote 14, 10, and 8 years ago. He can't find anybody to beat him, and just some insane control. Like he's written. Like some people think Scott Ghost wrote one issue of Gary Halbert. He actually wrote three or four, and now I'm making these available and continuing his legacy. And then all these ad breakdowns by you, Clayton, Carlton, Paris Lampropoulos. So, what would you say to someone who has the opportunity now to study under Scott and study his copy?
yeah. I mean, Scott obviously he was a master. I mean, I think I'm if I've learned anything, it's because of the people that I've learned from. Probably have not done enough with like the wisdom and the the brilliance that kind of the people I start first, the two Garys, and then Clayton and Carlton and all these people, and Scott was really close to Gary, and yeah, I feel like he got like that almost like spiritual transmission of copy, and I think really Gary wasn't writing as much, kind of as Scott took off. Gary, a lot of Gary's legendary stuff I think came soon, although he's still great and he still probably did write some, but even up until the end. But Scott, I feel almost like he, in a way, he kind of handed the baton
Mm-hmm.
to Scott to run with, and to take, his style and his wisdom. And so it's kind of like learning, it's a lot like learning from Gary with, with a maybe, Scott's own slant or spin.
Right.
So it's yeah, it's as good as you can get in the world of copy and learning. And I think it's one of the best places to start, especially just because a lot of people, I think a lot of copywriters and people in the marketing space, they jump to the latest and greatest thing, like the funnels or this conversion
Right.
or webinars or whatever, or what Frank Kern and all these people, but they don't realize that like guys like Frank Kern and people who are big in funnel, Russell, all these people, everybody that's really, really good in marketing on that level, like they started with these, these legends, just like Scott did. And so it's a step you can't really skip in your evolution. And so, yeah, I would definitely say anybody, if you want to be really great at any dimension of copy or marketing, you should absolutely start with Scott.
Awesome, man. Appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get started and break down this J. Abraham letter, okay?
Awesome. Listing a bunch of stuff
Right.
that Jay has done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the way that Scott kind of wove it into this narrative is it made it all kind of like seamless and almost invisible.
Right.
Is really powerful, and I think a big part of why this package is successful.
And Caleb O'Dowd, another famous Gary Halbert protege, told me,
Yes.
he
I
said,
hung up with Caleb a lot in New York.
okay, cool. He told me when we did our breakdown and interview that is like, look, Scott's copy was not impressive, quote unquote impressive. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Scott knew what to say to get the sale, and he went for the jugular.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of my feeling too. Somebody that's not, didn't take Scott's course or had, not previously studied a lot of it to go through it in depth. There's nothing that just like jumps out like, oh, that's the most amazing copy I've ever seen. But like, there's a lot of subtle things, like I was saying, about the bullets and about the credibility, especially like the way that he did that and leveraged all of Jay's assets and dug out the right research and the testimonials and put all that together. It doesn't jump out at you, but at the same time, I mean, at the end of it, if you want the product, that's what matters, not whether anything jumps out or not.
Right. Well, cool, man. This has been awesome and extremely valuable. I appreciate the time.
Of course. No, it's a lot of fun. Thank you, man. And I appreciate your service to not just to Scott, but really the whole direct marketing community. Scott was a really, Gary was an important part of it. Scott was an incredibly important part of it. You saw the outpouring, but all that you've done, I think, to help honor him, his family, and I think by extension, like everybody in the whole like direct marketing community and family, like it's amazing. It's beyond words, and definitely I appreciate that a
Thanks,
lot.
man.
And, yeah.
I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Hey, this is Big Jason. So, what's included with Shortcut Copywriting Secrets version 2 and how do you get it? All right. So, number one, you're going to get Scott's original Shortcut Copywriting Secrets course. You're going to get his original Hottest Sales Letters, Volume 1. Plus, you're also going to get his missing magic order form. In Volume 1 of his Hottest Sales Letters, he mentioned an order form that he lost that worked like magic for a promotion he did for Gary Halbert. Well, I found it, and you're going to get it. Plus, you're going to get the all-new Hottest Sales Letters Volume 2. This is over 200 pages of home runs, including 4 controls. 3 of the controls are still running today because his longest-running client can't find anyone who can beat Scott still today. All right, so who's going to be breaking these ads down with me? Clayton Makepeace, John Carlton, David Deutsch, Adam Carroll, Colin Chung, David Garfinkel, Brian Kurtz, $1 Million Mike Morgan, Harlan Kilstein, Kevin Rogers, Sammy Markowitz, Caleb O'Dowd, Bon Halbert, and many more. All right, so how do you get your hands on Shortcut Copywriting Secrets version 2? Well, you go to shortcutcopywritingsecrets.com and get on the wait list because I'm going to be releasing this very soon. All right, and once you opt in, you're going to get a very special recording from a expensive Gary Halbert seminar. I found this in a promotion that Scott wrote for Gary. I was cleaning out his apartment here in Austin for his family, and it's a killer message from No Sex Gary, a real honest-to-God way to get rich with direct marketing, okay? So you're going to get that just for opting into the wait list. All right? And then on the thank you page in the welcome email, there's going to be a link for my private Facebook group for Shortcut Copywriting Secrets version 2. Join that because I'm going to be releasing some rare audios and interviews and some information that I found in Scott's stuff that's really cool that I'm not going to release anywhere else. So once again, this is Big Jason. Thank you so much for helping me continue Scott's legacy. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Scott was my best friend. So go to shortcutcopywritingsecrets.com and I'll see you there.
Sure, actually. So I got into direct response in 2001 and stumbled upon this whole world of direct response, and I got really drawn to copywriting in particular. So I started studying Gary Halbert, the Gary Halbert letter, actually, old cassettes that I still... Yeah, sure, absolutely. So that's the copy right here. The Gary Halbert Master Collection is next to it. Kick-Ass Copywriting Secrets is next to it.